Welcome to the Daily Wander. Today, just like the other day, sometimes you just need to get outside and see what you find. A little bit different today. I brought my editor with me, and she's already corrected me on what I should be saying and the fact that I repeat myself from time to time. So we're going to move the camera this way, and that way the editor can make comments behind the scene so I know what to fix later on. But today on the Daily Wander, we're going to head off into the trees. We decided to put the snowshoes on. That way when we get to the deep snow, I can send the editor first, kind of stomp the trail, then I can keep the snow out of my shoes. But we find ourselves on yet another snow machine trail. Go see what we can find. Kind of one of those blustery, overcast, it's been spitting snow all day kind of days, where most of us probably, if we were honest, would say it's a good day to stay inside. But, like I said in the previous video, I think everybody should get outside every day, at least for a little while, get some fresh air, change your perspective, and see what you can find. So we're off on another wander, today on the Daily Wander, and we'll see what we can find out there in the trees and in the woods. So the thing about snowshoes is, I guess it's like everything in life. Sometimes you have a little more confidence than the tool permits. And so my editor decided she'd step off the trail, and the ending result was there's a lot of snow down there. Well, we found a birdhouse. These are actually for the swallows when they come back. Yeah, it'll probably still be another month and a half before we start looking for the swallows coming in. I think we got to lose the snow and ice and a little more sunshine, a little more brightness before then. One interesting fact as we continue down the trail, though, is that we're now in the middle of March, and here in 2 days, we will be going over the 12 hours of sunlight mark. So we're actually on the fast gain mode right now, and although it may not look like it today we're just a little bit under 12 hours of sunshine. So for an Alaskan who at the peak of winter it was down to 3 hours and 21 minutes, we've seen a lot of shift and change as the seasons slowly begin to change. So today's wander, we're going to follow a winter trail. The only time it's in out here is during the winter. The summer, if we were to come down this, it'd be a swamp and be up to our knees in grass and water and just not a pleasant place at all. But they used to put winter tracks in here. They haven't done it this year, but it looks like we did get a snow machine going through here. So we're going to follow that track, get a little bit off the beaten track, and see where it leads us from there. Come along. Well, we just found our first discovery down this trail because we had fresh snow this morning and it's still lingering a little bit. These are the tracks of one of our big moose that has come through probably sometime in the last hour or so. So if we're fortunate, we might be able to find them out there somewhere, although they do have the advantage in this kind of snowing conditions. So a question I've gotten from people in the past is, why do I wander? And I think the only answer I can give to that is when you look around right now, the light snowfall in the middle of winter, or on a quiet trail, really the question becomes, why don't you wander? Because this is just magnificent. It's beautiful in its own way. And even if the wildlife doesn't show up, we've still had a very pleasant walk on a pretty warm day in a beautiful forest. So why wander? I'd have to ask the question, why don't you wander? In fact, I would encourage you to get out and go for a wander of your own. Even if it's only a walk around the neighborhood, up the street, somewhere. You may not have this kind of beauty in your place, but we have it here, and I would recommend at all times, get out, wander. Every day, regardless of the weather, get out and go for a wander. So you never know what you're going to discover, but what we're looking at here is a place where one of our local moose decided to take a break, take a rest, lay down in the snow, and then at some point decided to, I guess, get up and move on. We've seen a lot of tracks, a few beds here and there, no moose yet. So maybe if we continue walking, continue on our wander, maybe we'll be fortunate and spot a moose. So here you can see some of the effects of kind of our weird winter pattern this year, where we got a lot of snow, then nothing happened. Then while we were out of the state, it did a massive warm-up. They got a lot of slush and rain that came down. It basically coated these trees, and then we got another big snowfall after that. So these trees are probably going to be permanently bent, I believe. But if you're looking for a nice winter shelter, underneath this one you can see you could actually crawl up under there. I wouldn't light a fire because then all that stuff would melt on your head, but at least you'd be out of the heavy snow. So that kind of wraps up today's wander through the trees. Fortunately, no critters, signs of critters, but no actual critters. So I'm going to leave you with two things today. One, this camera actually has a GPS tracking feature, and so if I can figure it out, I'll put up a picture or somehow relay that information to you about where we walked today in the event that you want to go try this wander. And then the second thing I'll leave you with is yesterday, when the sun was shining, it was bright and blue and a real beautiful day. I was able to use the same set of snowshoes and pound my way into the river. And yesterday I went for a little kayak on the river. And I'll leave you with a little clip of what it looks like to be in a boat on the river in Fairbanks in March, thanks to the power plant that keeps that water open with a little bit of warm discharge. So we do it again. Thanks for coming along. If you like the video, feel free to hit the button. If you subscribe, you'll get more of them, or you'll get them either way. And until we go again, thanks for coming along on the Daily Wander.